Keep those fingers crossed, lovelies. In these mountains, getting lost might be the only way to truly be found. Chapter 24. Lost and Found. Darcy stumbled through knee-deep snow, the wind howling around her. Her clearance rack jacket had long since given up any pretense of warmth, and her oversized boots were packed with snow that had worked its way down her ankles.
This is what I get,
she muttered through chattering teeth,
for trying to be the hero instead of drawing one.
A dark shape loomed through the whiteout. Hope surged until she got closer. Just another pine tree. The same pine tree, if she wasn't mistaken, that she'd passed 20 minutes ago. Or was it an hour? Time had become as formless as the landscape.
Pablo!
Her voice was hoarse from shouting.
Please!
The wind threw her words back at her, along with a fresh blast of snow. She thought of that first morning, how Callum had appeared like some mountain romance hero to catch her. Now would be a really good time for a repeat performance. But this wasn't a comic panel she could control. No perfectly timed rescue. No convenient. Was that the fallen log she'd seen before? The one that had reminded her of a sleeping dragon. Third time she'd circled back to it if she was right. Which meant she was walking in.
Circles.
She groaned.
I'm walking in stupid circles.
Maya had tried to warn her. Maya, who was probably organizing a search party right now. Maya, who she should have waited for instead of charging off like some half-frozen Don Quixote. Her legs trembled with exhaustion. How long had she been out here? The gray light offered no clues. It could be noon or dusk for all she could tell. Her phone had died an hour ago, its battery no match for the cold. The dragon log looked almost inviting now. She sank onto it, no longer caring about the snow soaking through her jeans. Just a short rest. Just until she could feel her feet again.
I'm sorry, Pablo.
She whispered.
I'm sorry, Callum, I'm sorry.
A sound cut through the wind. Not the howling storm, but something deeper. Rhythmic. Hoofbeats. She looked up, blinking snow from her eyelashes as a massive dark shape materialized from the white. A horse, steam rising from its flanks. And on its back,
You know,
Callum's voice carried through the storm.
when I said we'd save something for tomorrow's adventure, this wasn't what I had in mind.
Relief made her dizzy. Or maybe that was the cold.
My hero.
She managed through numb lips.
Again.
His smile faded as he swung down from the saddle, concern replacing amusement as he took in her state.
Can you stand?
She tried. Her legs had other ideas.
Right.
In one smooth motion, he scooped her up, cradling her against his chest. She felt him speaking to the horse, felt the warmth of him seeping through her frozen clothes, but the words were lost in the growing fog of her mind.
Stay with me,
He murmured, settling her in front of him in the saddle.
That spot I wanted to show you isn't far.
His chest rumbled against her back with a quiet laugh.
Though I'll admit, this wasn't exactly how I planned our first visit. I was thinking more romantic sunset walk and less hypothermic rescue mission. But then again, nothing about us has been conventional, has it? Starting with that moose.
She wanted to laugh, but it came out as more of a sob. Callum's arms tightened around her as he guided the horse through the storm.
Pablo?
She managed.
Safe and warm. Rose found him in the stables, making friends with the horses. Apparently he has expensive taste in hideouts too.
She wanted to laugh, but it came out as more of a sob. Callum's arms tightened around her as he guided the horse through the storm.
I've got you.
He said softly.
I've got you.
And she believed him. Not because it was like one of her panels, not because it was the perfect romantic rescue scene, but because it was real. Even if she couldn't feel her toes.